Live. There we go.
What's up?
Great American morning to you.
Thank you. Great American morning to you as well.
Man, I am awake technically,
Yeah.
but my mind is like I would say half awake, half still asleep, and I'm okay with that. I am 100% okay with that. What I am not okay with is that I do not have a cigar this morning, but that's only because I am house sitting. I'm taking care of
Ah,
the family's place.
nice.
If you see random cats in the background or on the screen, it's because they don't have personal space or boundaries, and they think they own the joint. So, just a heads up, people.
That's kind of funny.
They're pretty
So,
cool. They're pretty cool cats.
where's the family? Did they all go to Disney World without you?
No, nothing that fancy, but they did leave me. No, they all went to visit some other family, and because of how many our family is, how big it is, they're in I don't know how many different places for the next couple days. So I am here watching the family's house because take care of all the animals and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. How many animals do you have?
Oh my gosh, for I got my girl Freya here, and both pugs. Four, so seven animals. Yeah, something
Wow.
like that.
Jeez,
A lot of
that's a lot.
fun.
So,
Yeah.
I was reading about cigar etiquette this morning, and of course, I had just recently saw like it was kind of a funny video about. I think the headline is what got me, and it was Tim Daly, and he actually said, like the headline was, "Here is cigar 101 or etiquette 101 cigar lounges or whatever you want to say," and then it's by Boofy Baby, and I'm like, that ain't right. I don't think
What?
that so of course the headline was perfect because Boofy Baby and etiquette just don't quite. You're like, what? But
Hmm.
I watched it and it was exactly what I thought it was. It was a total joke, and he's over there. I mean, it was actually really funny watching him speak, and most of it was bleeped out. Etiquette.
Yeah, that those two words, booth and etiquette. I mean, I think maybe, but yeah, I think funny is the way to go with that one.
So then I'm like thinking, about all of the different etiquettes that are in cigar lounges. Some of them are like, I would never think about that. But what about what's one of the etiquettes that you were like, oh my God, this is deal breaker right here. Like, let's say that you could go on a date to a cigar lounge. I don't know if that's ever existed unless you just find the girl in the cigar lounge, so then you get and take her back to the cigar lounge to go on a date. I don't know.
I mean,
But
I
like
I
deal
have met
breaker, it's like, oh my God, I just met you and I took you to a cigar lounge and this is what you do. I'm out.
get away from me. You are no longer. Yeah. Let's see. I think one of the biggest ones is not supporting the lounge. If you go there, you're not taking up room and not buying a damn cigar. All right,
Yeah.
like that's like the cardinal rule, I think, because those places they ain't cheap to run. It's not a library. It's not somewhere for you to just hang out. It's not a Starbucks where you get a water like you're a friggin' teenage kid hanging out after school. Support the lounge. So
Right.
I think that's number one in my book.
My thing is that what makes a person think that they can walk into a lounge and get a free water, but you're not going to walk into a restaurant and get a free water? I don't think
No,
so.
no, or at least not like take up room in their spot. Like if you want, like, oh hey, it's a hot day. You go and buy a business, like, hey, can I have a cup of water and then I'll be on my way. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
even
maybe.
then, I feel weird.
I don't know. It's just there's it's the psychiatry behind it, I guess. I don't know. But it's like I'm always thinking about how, what's making them, actually look at lounges this way and then look at other industries or something, like Every time somebody is online, they see you smoking something, they want to know what you're smoking. It's like it's almost like asking
Yeah.
what you want to eat, but then they don't treat restaurants the same as they treat lounges. It's like less of an establishment sometimes. I don't know.
N-
It's weird.
No, that's 100% correct. I'm not gonna go into like, there's a restaurant in town I want to try called Horse in the Alley. It looks really fancy. You have to have a reservation. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give this a chance. You know, I'm gonna put on a nice
Mhm.
outfit. I'm gonna go look good. I'm gonna walk in there, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna bring my own Subway sandwich and just hang out. No, no, I'm gonna buy food fucking from them. That's
Right?
ugh.
And then, and if people are like, "Oh man, do they care if I have my own cigar?" And it's like, well, yeah, just buy something else. You don't have to smoke it, but they just want your money.
Totally fine. Yeah, I agree with that one 100%, by the way. Like, if you buy a cigar from them and you have one that you were like, oh, I was going to smoke this today already. Can I? Well, yeah, you did your duty. You are a patron of the lounge.
Yep.
They're not, yeah, they don't care what ashes you put in their ashtray. You're good to go.
Right. And then I think another one that was written down was talking about people who are like putting down people who have inexpensive cigars. I don't think I've ever heard anybody put down somebody else because of the cigar they were smoking. I really have never ever experienced that. Now, I have seen somebody put down somebody because that guy was going into ashtrays and picking up used cigars and smoking them. Like
Mm,
that is like yes. So I'm sorry, but that could totally be judged.
that's
Hey guys.
that's a much different judging right there. And you know what? I'm joining in. Yeah, I'm gonna judge you a little bit on that one.
I mean, we
Uh,
even had a guy who would actually come in and ask the server, one of the girls, to save him, like the cigars that had like a lot of, I call it like a lot of meat on it. It's like you left the bone, but there's so much meat left. So, yeah, I know, right?
so
He doesn't even know who smoked them. He's like, just save it for me and I'll come in and smoke them later. Like, I s- when I this was a long time ago when I first started working in the lounge before I even smoked cigars. But if I was when he asked me to start saving him cigars, I was like, absolutely not. First of all, I'm not going to touch that cigar. Second of all,
good.
that's disgusting. I was like, I am not condoning this behavior that you have acclimated yourself down to, but it is not acceptable in my eyes. I'm so sorry. It's like feeding my dog chocolate. I'm not going to do it. I don't care how much he
That's
wants it.
yeah. No, I think you did the right call. Yeah, I think that's the absolute right choice. I think, in fact, as we go into this, because I got a billion of these things in my head now. Maybe that could be our first trivia for today. You guys let us know what etiquette in the lounge you find unacceptable. Like, what is something that's a pet peeve of you out there? So there's no right answer. It's what you feel, guys. So if you want this one, it's on there. And I think we talked about this Friday this week. Um, for trivia, every time you answer one, you're gonna get onto the wheel. So everyone's gonna have a chance to win. And the more that you participate, the better your chances.
Mhm.
So just keep that in mind, folks. Um, hey Miss, how you doing? How you been? Good to see you. My French
Uh-huh.
connection. Good to have you here. Um, I think another big one for me, and I have seen this one plenty. Like, this is not just um, hypothetical, because a lot of the other ones that I've experienced are hypothetical. Like, hey, don't do that, and then I really don't see a lot of people doing it, so it makes me happy. But I have seen a lot of dry begging in places where a buddy will come in and maybe he has a cigar, he'll buy one, and then he'll kind of wait around like, oh man, I wish I had another one, and just kind of a little guilt trip his other friends into buying him another one and
Oh my
another
god.
one. Or he'll only go to the lounge when someone else is buying him a cigar. And it's your money, they're your cigars. Do with what you will, but don't go in there expecting someone else to buy you stuff. Like, it just doesn't work that way.
That's
Oh,
crazy. That's almost like one of the like you know there's this song out there called like uh I don't know, something girls. Anyways, that's not helpful. No. But it's
no,
like
something girls. I like that song.
yes, yeah, great song. Anyways, but they're talking about like these girls are just sitting at the bar waiting for the next, the guy to like buy their next drink. Like they can't even like they're sitting at the bar waiting for a drink, but they can't afford it. So it's like this audacity that you even would sit at the bar, but you can't afford a drink. And you're just assuming that there's gonna be somebody else to buy it for you.
You know what? I actually I'm gonna disagree a little bit on that one because at the bar,
Yeah.
I am almost expecting to buy. This is in single mode. Obviously, this is not when if I'm in a relationship. I'm probably gonna buy a random girl a drink sooner or later at the bar. It's just part of the night. Like oh my gosh, there was this show here in Bakersfield at this place. It's called Jerry's Pub. It's a pizza place with a downstairs um, club basically where they have all the local talent play music. And Bakersfield has some amazing bands. Like it's actually a lot of music happening here, which is great to see. But
Yeah.
I went to the bar down there waiting for the show to start, and this girl come up to me and she's like, "How's your night going?" And I'm like, "This is gonna be a weird conversation. That's how you're starting." All right, let's see where this goes. I broke up with my fiance, and I just want to feel pretty and get a free drink. Like, let's get that going here. Let me get you a shot. You go have a great night. And I would see her like randomly through the night, and that was her entire plan. She just wanted, to have that experience again after being, I guess, in a shitty relationship for so long. So it's like, you know what? I can contribute to that. I hope she had a great night. I saw her maybe like once after that. Like didn't really talk very much. I
Yeah.
forget her name even to this day, but it was one of those moments like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a girl a drink at a bar. It's not the craziest thing. I'm not gonna buy you gentlemen a cigar at the lounge. It's different.
I think it's the girls who like never like it's almost like, everything from their uh like their life is all about like waiting for, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I feel you. Like it's that's their main source of income is just it's just cover me over here a little bit. Like all right, fine. Yeah, could be an issue. That can be a problem as well.
That can be a problem as well. But yeah, it was that just reminded me of it. But I mean, I can't imagine walking into a cigar lounge. Now, I could actually, don't get me wrong. If I was now not during the day, but in the evenings, if I go to this one lounge like in Naples where I used to work, I mean, there's a lot of people in there who do know me, and they would definitely buy me a drink. But then again, wait a minute. I went to another lounge the other day and these guys were buying me drinks and they weren't I'd never been in there before in my life. So I don't know, but I will say that
Hmm.
I tend to talk a lot in these lounges. So it's like, and the more that I talk, the more they want me to hang around. So they're like, "Can you get her another one?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I gotta go now." But
Yeah, I'm gonna play the pretty girl privilege card right there a little bit. Like I would also
pretty girl
yeah.
privileged.
There's nothing wrong with
PGP, I
that.
like it. Let's
Yeah.
go with that. PGP, pretty girl privileged. I mean, I'm not
Why?
I, I'm not gonna deny it, I guess. It's just a thing. I don't ask for it though, and I don't expect it. If I walk into a lounge, I know that whatever I get, I can afford. So how about that?
100%. Yeah, love that. That's
I don't
awesome.
go out when I don't have any money because that's a
I
scary
got. I
life.
tried to avoid that. Although you know what, I will say this though, I have been bought a drink, but it's usually like
Botan?
the
Did you
exchange.
say botan? We say
I've
botan.
I've I have been bought a drink. Been bought.
Bot.
I have been botanist a drink. A plant gave me a drink. No. Yes, you're right. I have been purchased alcohol, but it was because we were all talking like in a group, and then one of the guys was like, "Hey, I'm going to buy everyone a round of beers." I get that. I get that.
Well, now that's actually that's a great point. Now, here's the thing. I don't think this would happen very many times. Well, I could see it happening like at a bar or something, but on a where it comes down to like staying in a nice place, which would be like a nice cigar lounge, which is what these people have. And the people that come in it, they're pretty well, successful, I guess. And yeah, I mean, I have friends who will take everybody out to dinner and they pay for the whole thing. I mean, actually, that's happened in other lounges, not just even in Naples. But it's like the guys are buying all their buddies like dinner and drinks and everything. Like, it's just like they don't, and they may not even know you, but you might have been in the circle and then all of a sudden been invited. And then you get a free meal too. You don't even know, you barely know who these people are. And that is really, that's cigar culture for sure. That's totally different from anything you'd probably experience in a bar or a restaurant if you're just an average goer. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't think I could agree. I definitely agree with that. I mean, I couldn't agree more. I've seen that quite a few times. It's always nice to get to treat your buddies like, hey, this is on me, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah.
It's yeah. That's very. I think that is true. I think that is very much lounge culture right there. Yeah.
Yeah. They go to was BYOB. Oh yeah. They have that at there's this lounge in North Carolina where I was staying last year, and yeah, they had beer. No, they had no beer, no wine. So you could buy soft drinks and then you could bring in whatever you wanted. So if you wanted to bring in any kind of alcohol, you just put it whatever. Like they even had like a cabinet for just the alcohol. So like somebody always kind of knew. But then on Tuesday nights they had like bourbon sharing night. And that's when they put all the alcohol on the table. And you're supposed to bring like a rare bottle to add to it, but you can pretty much try whatever you want. If it's on the table, like you can try it. And within reason, don't be respectful. But anyways, I was like, oh, I'm gonna come share. I'm gonna come share because they were like, giving me sips all day one Saturday, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna come to bourbon night and I'm gonna share. And they were like, oh, you got to bring something unique. And I'm like, okay. I said I was gonna share. I have no clue what I'm gonna be buying. Like give me a break, man. So then I'm like, all right, I'll ask. So I'm like, I need something rare. I need something unique. Blah 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 blah. Tell you the truth, I don't even know what I went home with. I think it was like Knob Creek something. But I do know that I put it on the table and they were like, wah, wah, wah. And I was like, you're welcome. I mean,
I'm trying here. Gosh.
yeah, I mean, at least it's something. The same effect, okay? You're gonna get the same result here if you just drink it.
100% yes to that, because you know what, I feel like this is where again, like cigar people have alcohol people beat a little bit. We do this event at the club called 20 for 20, where 20 guys will bring 20 cigars. They're all different, and by the end of the night, you have 20 different cigars. Like everyone will share one of theirs with everyone else.
Oh, cool.
So you get a box of random different cigars, and no matter what it is, whether it's something really, really fancy versus like a more budget friendly guy, like we've never had anything too low. Like there's just a cutoff point. Like you can't like buy a $3 cigar and add it to the pile. You have to at least bring something substantial. But no one's ever made anyone like feel bad about their choice. Like, hey, this is a cigar I like. I hope you guys like it. But I think whiskey guys are very much like, oh, you drink that? Oh my goodness! Like,
yeah,
I just like it.
That is kind of true. I mean, although I couldn't see cigar guys going, oh, that's what. Well, maybe that's what I do. Actually, that's what I've done. Ooh, I'm guilty of that. Ooh, look at that. I haven't done it. It's just that I don't. I'm like, I'm not judging the person for smoking it. It's like, just please don't make me smoke it. Please don't make me smoke it. And so I don't turn it down, but I can't sit there and go, oh my God, those are great cigars. Absolutely. Oh, do you want to smoke one too?
No.
I have a asthma problem, and they're the only ones that I'm able to smoke. I'm just kidding.
Wow. I will have to agree though a little bit, because there's very, very, very rare that I like a flavored cigar. Like there's two maybe. So
yeah,
you smoke them all you guys want out there. Don't get me wrong. It's just for myself. It's personal preference. And if you would like me to smoke one with you, I'm going to try. but I've had some really bad experiences with flavored cigars. It just sometimes I don't feel good afterwards. I don't feel good during.
Yeah.
It's so yeah. I will say this, and I've said it before on camera, so I don't feel bad mentioning. But Oliva did their cafe line, and I think it was the macchiato. And I lit it up, and I'm not alone when I said this, but it smelt and tasted like rotten milk. That's all I
Oh
was getting.
no.
And we were doing a review. This was like way in the beginning when we first started doing this stuff. So we had three of us doing one of each of their flavored cigars for the lounge we were at. And by the end of it, I was sitting at the door so my smoke would go outside, so no one else had to smell this thing. It was so bad. So there are some cigars I'm just not willing to smoke again, and I'm sure there are some whiskeys people aren't willing to drink again. So I can't judge on that part, I guess.
Right.
So yeah, definitely
Well,
don't smoke that.
yeah, I mean, there's could be so many reasons why it made you sick, though. There's a lot of stuff. After I spent most of my check the other day on Harper's money, I couldn't get anything too fancy, but I wanted to get something. Yeah, that can be a pain in the butt.
I know
Uh,
plenty of non-fancy cigars that are delicious, brother. Not even an issue.
yeah, definitely. Like some of my favorite that I always can go in and always find would be, the Rosado Sungrowns, the Chateaus. Um, they're usually almost in every lounge, and the smaller ones, which usually I only have about an hour and I'm kind of slow, they're like $8.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. That's not bad at all.
Not even, yeah, no, that's a great deal right there. You're gonna get a great hour, There's still quality, still delicious, it's still smoking. Oh.
Now, I think the other thing is that, don't get me wrong, I'm a habitual person. I like to do things that I know that are going to be like fun, and like if I know it's going to taste good, I'm going to get it. If I know this, like I could venture out. I don't mind venturing out, but sometimes I'm just like, let's do it this way because I liked it a lot, And so I feel though at the same time I'm just like not really wanting to I don't really want to try new stuff. I'm like, nope, I think this is always good. Oh, and I feel like the more that I smoke it, the better it tastes because I'm not trying to go through the journey of I don't know if that matters. You think that matters? Does that have it? I don't know. I haven't scientifically thought about that, but the more that you smoke a certain cigar, would you like it more? I mean, obviously it has to be a decent cigar. We're not talking about, you know, if the more you smoke of Gurkha. No, I'm kidding. I didn't say that out loud.
Shots fired.
Oh, kidding.
You know what? I have to say though, I think there's something about that's like right on point because okay, like let's say the Andalusian Bull. I love that cigar, and when they were a bit cheaper, I would buy them by the box because it was like $16 even here in California. I think it's up to like almost $50 a stick. So I'm like, I'm gonna slow down a little bit, but I have always enjoyed it, and it feels like yes, exactly what you said. The more I smoked of it, the more I really loved it. I think it's the force of habit or the creature of habit, and the brain just kind of takes over and realizes you had a great experience the last time, and the time before that, and the time before that, and then guess what? This one's gonna be great too. So I think you're right on.
Let's see. I wish I could do the Star Wars hologram thing and when I go get your suggestions. Yeah. Well, you know what? That's actually a great idea, actually. But yeah, I mean, it would be fun to definitely help people like buy certain cigars if they didn't have if you didn't like the tobacconist. But oh my God, would they be pissed off? They would not be cool. They'd be like, how dare you insult our tobacconist by calling somebody else and then broadcasting that this is what you do for a living? Like, no, thank you.
I never thought about that because I have been asked many lounges for suggestions. Like, oh my God, what are we smoking today? And I'll go through the humidor with them. I'm like, oh yes, I didn't think of it ever as like damn. That's a really good point.
See, whenever you work with lounges, you really have to understand their business model. There's a lot of small like etiquettes, I would say, in running, a cigar lounge, and then also just dealing with employees and teams and certain things like that. And yeah, it's like if you're gonna have you have to learn, I guess, the business model to be able to get into it, get in the wheel. You're not changing the wheel, you're trying to jump in. So it's like 1, 2, 3, okay, let's go.
That is a very fair point that I'm going to have to think about more often. Although I have been mistaken for someone who just works at the lounge, like wherever they go. Like I was over in Ambassadors in Arizona, like forever ago, just in like some decent khakis and a nice polo, just hanging
Yeah.
out for the day. Not even I don't know what it was, but this dude's like looking around and he's a little confused. It's his first time in there. It was my first time in there. Looking at all their TAA stuff, they have a wall of Lanceros that I loved. And then he goes up to me like, "Oh, hell, can you help me find this one in particular?" And he like trying to describe the band, and I'm like, just because I'm a helpful guy, I'm like, "Yeah, of course, let's get on this, bro. Let's make this happen." I want to say it was the Wise Man from Foundation. I could be wrong. It was a while ago, but we find it, and then maybe 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in after that, the actual tobacconist comes in because he was doing something else. One guy on the floor, he's doing all the work, so he takes
Mhm.
a second, and then he comes like, "Oh, hey, can I help you guys?" He's like, "Oh no, your buddy's got it," and like we haven't really met yet. Like I haven't really talked to him, but
Oh my
I'm glad to
gosh.
help. So
Oh no. But here's the other thing, in my opinion, if I'm gonna be running a cigar lounge, I'm gonna I'm gonna want my girls or my employees to be open to allow other people to chit chat about cigars, even in the humidor. It's like because there may be something that they might know, you don't know who they are, especially if the girls are like new to the industry and not like, maybe I don't know, who knows who walks into your humidor, but that person might know that person, and then before you try to go and get all defensive or interrupt or act like you're jealous or insecure, it's like, whoa, like just it's not bothering you and it's not bothering them, obviously you're probably going to know at least one of them and be like, okay, there's no harm. It's not like they're going to send them off to another lounge.
no, yeah, true, very true. Make just allow conversation to happen. Maybe it'll keep them around longer. Maybe they're gonna buy another stick. You never know. You never know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, but it's I think it's just the camaraderie because that person may sit down at a like circle area. I call it the circle. There's always like a big giant circle where everybody can kind of like huddle in, even if you don't know somebody.
Yeah, those are some of the best times. When you're kind of on the outside looking in, and then everyone invites you in. That's nice.
Yep. All right, so we got to do trivia. Do you have any
Trivia.
trivia?
Yes, I do. Let me make sure I read the question correctly so I don't mess this up. Okay, there we go. My first one here is going to be: how many states does the Appalachian Trail cross? So that is the very long East Coast Trail, guys. The Appalachian Trail going through the mountains and whatnot. Don't get lost on them by yourself because apparently it's dangerous. And you could be lost from multiple states, a lot of states. I'm going to put that out there. How many exactly does the Appalachian Trail go through, guys? How many states?
All right. I don't know that one, but that's good. All
It's
right,
going to
listen.
surprise you. It's definitely going
Really?
to surprise you.
I
Yeah.
say it's going to be
It's
a
more
lot
than
of
I
states.
thought.
Mhm. No, I definitely thought it
Okay,
was a lot
let's.
for sure. My
Heck yeah.
brother
Oh
climbed
my
or
gosh.
went through my brother went on a trip to the Appalachian Mountains by
Oh,
himself one year.
nice. It's
A
I've
lot.
always wanted to go. I want to go.
Really? Well, I'll
Oh
meet you
yeah.
like somewhere in the middle and I'll like, give you some goodies and help you fill back up on peanut butter and cranberries, dried
I'll
cranberries.
take it. I will take that. I love cranberries. Like dried cranberries are awesome.
I'll sing you we'll sing Kumbaya and then I'll be on my merry way and let you walk back home.
Like, all right, I'm gonna go do something fun now, Miguel. You get out of here.
Yeah. Oh
Okay,
my
I feel
gosh.
like I got a couple here, and I'm thinking, okay, this one's probably because we're coming up to this being very relevant. So I'm going to go with this one. What occasion corresponds with the longest day of the year? So, what is the longest day of the year? Is
Is it
basically the question.
every day? Oh wait. Oh my gosh. I know this one. Gotta be like, I don't know what it would be, but I have my ideas when the longest
I
day of the
know
year
it.
is.
I know as soon as we say the answer too, like I'm not gonna say it till Friday, but I know you'll know it. Like, damn it, I knew exactly what you're talking about too. I could tell. I could tell you know this one, but it's just the
Yep.
actual like remembering the damn day.
Huh.
Depends
Is
on
it
the
a common
hangover.
is it a common holiday?
It is happy. Yeah, it's well, damn, that's a very good point. It's not really a holiday as much as it is just a set thing that happens every year that corresponds with that longest day of the year.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I know what it is. I actually
Yeah,
think I really do know what it is. I
I
can't.
believe in you.
I think I read it the other day, actually. Huh.
So okay, I got a good one then. I'm gonna high five myself on that. But last question for us though, from Richard. If you only had a Gurkha or an acid, which would you choose to smoke? I'm gonna go Gurkha first of all.
I'm gonna go
I'm not a
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't do acid. I'm gonna go Gurkha, unfortunately. Even though some people really like acids, but like the people who like acids are also like big CAO fans, EP Carrillo fans, like just those little macho cigars. That's my take on it. I
I
don't know.
I I love EP Carrillo and CAO way
Yeah.
above acids. Like again, nothing wrong if you like acids. Cool, go for it.
No,
But
they're
it's just
definitely
not
way better. But I'm just saying it is like it's still kind of like if those would be the more likely people to try acid than some of the rest of them. Like you're not going to find
true.
Fuente people going, "Ooh, let me go try an acid."
Not so much. No, I think you go if you have an acid, like you start with acid and then you move on to
Yeah.
better, quote unquote, better stuff. And I think that's the way to go. Like I wouldn't go backwards. Towards, oh, now I really need I don't know, a Blondie Bellicoso. It's not,
Okay, so I think tomorrow we should like do profile judgments. Okay, this will be so much fun. I'll like name a cigar, and then we're gonna name all the cigars that we think that person that smoked that the named cigar would smoke, and then we'll give out another one, and we'll be like, okay, which one? What other cigars do you think that they're smoking? And you guys
I'm
should
on
all
board.
join in the comments and play along with us. But that sounds like a lot of fun.
I am
Let's.
100% on board for that.
It's Judgment Day.
Yeah, let's make it happen. I like that a lot. All right, guys, we
Um,
are at our time, but we will see you tomorrow for Judgment Day. You all have a great rest of your Monday. Have a great American morning and just have a great week.
Right on. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great American morning.
Bye, y'all.
It's like